Lost to be found by someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out. 4 to 5 a.m. takes me to a place where I fit in.
What's up, everybody? My name is Marco Dupa. That right there is Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
Hello.
And Drunk Dave Romero. Precious. Tonight's brew is from the 6 Point Sick Liquids. Sick Liquids? Yo, these liquids are sick, son.
I think we made that joke before.
Yeah, have we?
Yeah,
we
we
probably did. Every time. It's the Abigail. It's an ale.
Or is it a big ale?
A big ale.
I saw that too.
This fucking guy. It's 8% ABV. From 6 Point has been pretty consistent. Basically every time we've had it so far.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah,
Yep.
for the most part.
Not had a bad one.
Yep. Resin,
So
resin, tiger, beast mode.
beast mode,
Beast mode was good.
big mode.
I think there was one more, but
Bengali.
huh?
Bengali.
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 That's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Bengali tigers.
That's right.
So let's hope that the streak keeps going. This is the One Baron podcast.
Pour it up.
Oh man, that was tasty.
Wonderful Foley.
Toasty. Want to
Not
clink it
gonna-
up,
you're not
then
gonna
pour?
pour?
Clink it up, then pour. Clink it
gonna
up,
clink
then
twice?
pour.
These don't
Okay,
really
we're gonna
clink
clink
very-
twice.
yeah,
You're
we-
right. You're right. I apologize. That was
Spoil your plan.
my clunkiness.
It's all right.
Your clinkiness?
Clinkiness.
Oh yeah, give me a little bit. Ooh, that's a nice head. That's a
Oh
nice
yeah,
head.
that looks good.
That was good, man. That was a good pour.
Are you drinking already? Fuck you.
Come on, Gavin.
You're the intern. How dare you?
I got some. I like
Alright.
yours. Yours is a good pour.
All right.
Point it at the camera.
Clink it up for real.
Cheers.
I want to touch more.
Yeah. It's good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good. I already called dibs on the next one.
All right.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's very, very crisp, very easy to drink, tasty.
I feel like the last few that we've had haven't been overpowering beers. And
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, we definitely have in the past had them like 12 ABV.
Kind of
Yeah.
calming down.
Yeah.
We're getting into like beers that we've caught, or we've tried everything that's caught our eye.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, now I think that's why I like 6 Point so much, because it's just eye catching.
Yeah.
And then they deliver, and they got the whole package. They got the aesthetics, and then they got the taste and the quality and the oi. And it's good.
Next beer, Viking's Blood. Because
man.
we've been dipping. We need to get back up. We need to just get fucking
Does mead count?
hammered
fucked up
halfway
on the
through
cast?
halfway through the
God,
podcast.
that's
We just
gonna be
get fucking
interesting.
hammered.
All right, I'm down.
Yep.
Anyway, let's go ahead and give this one a number.
4.5.
Adam.
I'm gonna go with a very solid 4.
There he goes with the.
I'm going with
solid.
the 5. That's a solid 5, because I appreciate good things.
Okay. Fair enough. Good point.
Solid
point.
numbers. Anyway,
Yeah, go pick that up. That's good.
yes.
Yeah, recommended.
Recommended, definitely.
There's that. Right?
This is
There.
the One Baron Podcast, episode 54. What's up, gentlemen? How's it going?
Pretty good.
Good.
Good?
I'm excited to be here, Coach. Huh? I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened this week. This should be a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna be jam-packed.
Everyone going to give 110%?
No, that's impossible, Marco.
That's true.
That's not how math works.
The more we drink, the percentage lowers.
With the ABV.
Yeah. We'll give about 80%.
Indeed, boys.
Really do like that.
So,
There's a lot, like you said, that's happened this week.
Adam,
Where do we start?
do you have the floor?
sure.
Would you like the floor?
I would
Want
love
the
the
floor?
floor.
Get on the floor.
Take the
Love
floor.
the floor.
Get on the floor.
So yeah, like you were saying, a lot of lot of stuff happened in the spectrum of things that we usually talk about on this podcast.
Yeah.
The one I'm most sort of interested to hear your opinions on is one that actually I saw online thanks to a fan of ours, Destiny. Shout out to Destiny out there.
Are we talking about Destiny some more?
Not the game.
Oh.
Not this time. But I saw this on, I believe it was Instagram. There was a variant cover of a Batgirl comic book. And on this variant cover was an image of Batgirl being held by the Joker, looking like she's in definite danger, with blood on her cheeks and looking scared.
Right.
Now, as soon as it came out the controversy. A lot of people spoke out saying that it was, very obviously violence against women, and it sparked up a lot of controversy, and people kind of spoke out against it, making the creator of the that variant cover go ahead and pull it himself.
Yeah, he requested that DC have it pulled.
Right. So it wasn't mandated by anybody. It was on his own. He decided to get rid of it. However, that caused a bunch of backlash on people that are saying just because of this small sect or, slightly large sect of people that were offended by this image.
Yeah, apparently Batgirl is a huge success to them.
Yeah.
Like it's a really popular comic. It's
It
very
is.
fun and whimsical. So for something like that to come out as a variant cover is kind of it's in the complete opposite direction and feel of the comic.
Right. And for the uninitiated, this was
Initiated.
this was a callback for everybody that's listening. I rub my beard. This was a callback to a very well known and revered comic.
The Killing Joke?
There it is.
Yeah.
The Killing Joke is a classic comic that is basically Joker's story. And it's one of the more violent Batman storylines,
Right.
too. And let's not dig too deep into spoiler territory, because I actually want people to go out and read this book because it definitely deserves to be read. It's one of the better Batman storylines out there.
Yeah.
But it's a callback to that book. Now, to compare that to Batgirl, which, like you were saying, David, is very whimsical and lighthearted and fun. It's a very fun comic, and especially empowering to women. To have that cover, a lot of people found it as being inappropriate. Even though, I think it's a good piece of art. I think it's powerful, and it shows that the Joker isn't somebody to be messing with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it to some people is inappropriate. However, there's an entire sect of other people that are saying that this is censorship.
Yeah.
That
it is.
They shouldn't have taken it down. And, so I want to see where you guys stand on this. Is it people being overly sensitive? Should they have kept it up anyway, even though the artist himself wanted it taken down?
We're going to do a little point-counterpoint thing.
Yeah.
Formidable opponent.
The floor is yours.
It depends on how you feel
Senator.
about
I
it,
think
I
they
guess.
should have definitely kept it up. There's no reason for it to have been brought down. Every bit of that art is in line with Batman lore. It falls in with everything. There are images of Batman with Bane holding him over his head, about to break his back.
Yeah.
That's okay, but the Joker up close to Batgirl is not okay. Even though it implicates a lot of stuff, because if you have read The Killing Joke, Adam, you kind of restricted me on elaborating on that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Bad things happen to Barbara Gordon
Exactly.
in The Killing Joke, and that's
Yeah.
the reference for that image, which if you know what happened, it's not a very PC thing to talk about, but
it's very heavy.
in line with the lore, and it's a nod back to that classic.
Right.
When I first saw the story, I thought that it was just a variant cover for another Batman story. Knowing that it's the cover of a Batgirl story, that changes everything for me.
That's what did it for me too.
Because at first I'm thinking I agreed with you. I mean, I still agree with you. It's definitely censorship. Like the artist should not have felt he needed to restrict his own artwork.
Yeah, I mean, if he felt like his livelihood was on the line based off one image, that a few people got offended.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just kind of the day and age that we're living in. 5 people get offended, start a petition. They have websites dedicated to starting stupid petitions We'll get to that in a minute. But
God, that rabbit hole.
it's very easy to do that shit now. It's very easy to sit at home and be an online activist. So
Yeah.
you can get angry about something, and millions of people potentially could hear your anger now.
Just the fact that it's so easy, does that lessen the importance of what you're saying? Because I could be like, I could say, yeah, this is sexist, and a million people would go, yeah, you're right. Click. I agree with you. I signed the petition.
I don't think it lessens. How do I word this? I don't think it lessens the importance of what you're saying, but it lessens the impact of what you're saying by how accessible it is and how easy it is for anybody to say, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Who else doesn't like this?
We don't like
Anonymously.
Right.
You know?
So, but given that, I do think that I don't think that they should have made that cover for that. I just don't
Yeah.
agree with having that. I mean, I don't see it as rape culture, but having her in distress like that. I mean, you brought up Batman has been in distress before on covers like that. He's had his back broken. He's been beaten to death. But Batman, for the most part, is a hero. So he always comes out on top. Like, it just feels like women, a female character, I mean, they have to be empowered somehow. It just feels like restricting to kind of make a cover like that. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't, because why even make a female superhero if she's not going to have hardships?
Well, she's definitely going to have hardships, but I don't know. I guess just the way it looked was...
This is sort of on a different level, though, I feel. The implications it makes for that character.
Right.
You know, her being in distress as a female in particular. She's not in
Right.
distress as just a superhero.
just
and
the
a
character.
supervillain. She's in distress as a female against a male that is a predator, basically.
Right.
You know, if you impact that into that image, obviously it's art. You know, you can put whatever you want to it.
Right.
You know, so it's very subjective. Clearly, I think.
I mean, I see where people are coming from who didn't like the cover,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. I don't think, like I said before, I don't think that he should have had to take it down. And if the story has anything to do with that situation, then he definitely shouldn't have had to take it down. Like,
well,
that's what the
Right, and it
comic's
doesn't.
about.
It wasn't
doesn't.
just like a...
It doesn't?
No, it's a variant cover,
Yeah.
so it's just a.
So, I mean, if it has nothing to
Piece of
do
art.
with the story, then yeah, I just don't see why that was even necessary to make.
Because DC's doing a, what was it, Joker June, where every issue that comes out has a variant cover with Joker in it somehow.
Right.
Well, I mean, she could have been battling Joker. You know, there could have been some way of making them on an even playing field and not the way that looked.
I think what he was going for was, what situation was Batgirl and Joker in together that he could reference for this cover?
Yeah, that makes sense, but it also looks like, well, how do I make her look like a victim? And the only way to make her look like a victim is that way. The only way to make a woman look like a victim is sexually. You see what I'm saying?
But there's nothing...
She's not a superhero, though.
There was nothing
She's just a
sexual about
normal
it.
person.
The photo or the drawing was of Joker with his arm around her, holding a revolver, drawing a blood smile across her face,
I mean,
and she's crying.
But there's always people who are going to make that leap. There's always that implication where that, it could lead to that.
It's not a hard leap to make in that image either.
I don't think
so.
it is.
But that's good art.
It's definitely good art.
Yeah, no, I don't think
we're not
anybody-
disputing how
Yeah,
good
I don't
the
think
cover was.
Anybody's saying that that's a bad illustration. You know, that's never been a thing within all the articles I've read online about it. Nobody's disputing that. I think it's just inappropriate for the medium it's in. It's not a good Batgirl cover, even if it is a variant.
Like I asked off camera, was it a variant of The Killing Joke? If it was, then it's perfect. But if the story that it's like the cover that it's for, if it has nothing to do with
It's
that
just
story,
it's just supposed to be a tribute for Joker. They
That's what
do
I'm
that
saying,
as
like-
just like a collectible.
and
you know?
it just doesn't. I don't think it makes any sense. Although,
Also,
on the other hand, I really don't understand why it gained so much traction.
it's
I mean,
so that
it's
they are fictional characters.
They're real
Also-
to me. They're real to me.
But I mean, but with that, there's not a lot of empowering women images. So when you have one, like you were saying before, there's a lot of women prop Batgirl up as a success story in comic books. So then when you use that and then you say, well, she's always going to fall victim to the more powerful male, that sends the wrong image to women. I think that's what how a lot of people viewed it. That's how I can view it. That's the perspective that I can view it from. Is like, this doesn't push that voice forward. It holds it back. Unless there's a way of knowing that in the end she prevails somehow, then it just seems like a step backwards for empowering images of women in comic books.
And I was reading an Entertainment Weekly article on this in particular, and the writer of that brought up a good point in saying that, without spoiling anything, after what happens to Barbara Gordon in The Killing Joke, she becomes Oracle and becomes a facet of the Batman universe. And that's sort of a triumphant story in itself. Right. But you're right. There really aren't a whole lot of those non-overly sexualized superhero characters for women to rally behind. Right. And not that especially in something as let's just call it how it is, silly as a superhero comic book can be, should be a story in ethics. Right. Not everything has to be so heavy-handed and have to have some sort of moral to it. It can just be fun, which is by and large what I hear, because I don't read it personally, but what I hear the most recent Batgirl comic books are. It's just lighthearted fun.
Just fun.
So
I saw one image, and this is kind of an example of what I'm talking about. They had a Spider-Girl variant cover.
I saw that.
You saw this?
Yeah.
This was a couple of months ago. They had Spider-Girl variant cover, and she's bent over, and it in this very sexual pose, and it's like Spider-Man doesn't pose like that when he's crawling up a wall.
Look at my crotch.
Right? Why does Spider-Girl have to be in that pose? And it's because women in everything mostly have to be sexualized. You're looking it up?
I'm trying to.
Wait. Is it Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman?
Is that a joke or you?
No, I'm serious.
That's it.
I'm serious. What's she going by nowadays?
That's a horrible.
I don't know.
There's both.
Spider-Girl and Spider-Woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know much about the lore of spiders.
Sorry.
I mean,
you see what I'm saying? It's not necessary.
They're exaggerating on that pose.
Right. I mean,
there are Spider-Man poses like that, but the camera angle isn't that high.
No.
I mean, but that's the point, though. We gotta get a shot of her ass.
Right.
I mean, we have to.
Whenever you see
and look at her thin waist.
It's perfect.
Look at that girl, man.
Whenever you see Hollywood posters for movies and stuff, there's always a shot of the chick's ass.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, there's shots of their asses in the movies. Anne Hathaway, when she's Catwoman, she bends over on the thing, and it's just. I mean, it's awesome. But
Black Widow.
Black Widow is the biggest sort of thing that comes to my mind when I think of that.
Those pop vinyl bobblehead toys.
Yeah.
When they came out with the Avenger line for Age of Ultron, they didn't even make a Black Widow. They were just like, fuck her.
That's not sexy.
It's not sexy.
Look at that big old bobblehead.
It's cute, but it's not sexy. So.
Gross.
I mean, so they didn't even make one at first. Then there was this huge outcry where people were like, what the fuck? So then they finally made one.
My God.
It's got giant tits.
Who cares? It's a bobblehead.
Kidding, it doesn't have giant tits. No, but that's the point though, man.
You have a head?
It's a booblehead.
They changed the dimensions, the size of the heads, the boobs.
It's the size of the head is normal. It's the tits are huge, and all right. We're going down a long road.
All right.
Anyway, that's the point though. They came out with this Age of Ultron line. They had every Avenger, and they had Ultron. They had the villain, but they didn't have one of the heroes in the movie.
She's a second tier hero though. So
She's been in every.
Call her an Avenger.
So is Hawkeye.
I wouldn't call.
And they made a Hawkeye. They made a Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You know why?
Well,
Because Hawkeye's a man.
Yeah.
People like villains.
People do. Thanks for that.
Shut up, Gavin.
Right.
As he slowly sips his beer.
That's not the point, though. The point is they had every Avenger except for one of them. She was, excuse me, she's pretty pivotal to the universe at this point.
And looks to be even more if the trailers are to be, dissected correctly. But yeah, I mean,
So she's gonna have a pivotal role in the movie, and she can't even get the same amount of merch.
you don't got the merch, you ain't got the
I mean,
power.
it's fucked up. I mean, we could go on for days about women in comic books and women in the entertainment industry. It's not really the point.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what it falls down to is people, their values versus just artwork and censorship. And if one person doesn't like something, is that enough to say, well, then this isn't worth what it
Right.
was before?
Well, in this situation, I think it's very important to remember that the artist voluntarily took it down.
Right.
And-
But he took it down because of the pressure. I mean, you say that because no one forced him to do it, but somebody would have forced him to do it eventually.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
Right, because he made it
Right.
willing,
with good intentions.
knowing.
It's not
yeah.
he's like he's going, yep, well, Joker, just dominates this female,
Right.
female superheroes.
But I mean, he has to
Yeah,
know. He had to know the implications that could have been made from it, and he still put it out because he said, this art is bigger than the implications that can be made for
No, it's
it.
not.
Oh well, yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
Not anymore.
I think a bigger question is, do we want our artists worried about this kind of stuff?
No,
Do we want them
because then they're not
art?
artists. Then
Right.
they're just people on contracts.
And I mean, in that Entertainment Weekly article I was reading, this guy was obviously very against it being run. So take that with a grain of salt. But he said that you can still, it's not like this thing was taken down and you cannot find it anymore. Like, this image is still readily available, like,
Yeah.
everywhere. It's not like we're...
It's my new background.
Yeah, there you go.
My
Like, they're not classically censoring it. It's just not being run in the thing it was supposed to be.
Yeah, but this is the new censorship. You know what I'm saying?
Is that going to be the title of this episode?
It's the new
Yes,
censorship
the
where
new
you don't
censorship.
actually censor it. You just say you did.
Yeah.
well.
You just say
Because it's on the internet. And once it's on the internet,
I don't like
it's there
it
forever.
I don't like it, and I don't want to see it. I don't want my kids to see it.
Yeah.
Well, your kids can just Google it.
Yeah, sure.
You can't stop them from Googling it. I don't know what you're saying.
Transition.
Are you telling us?
Yeah.
Yes.
He wants us. He's sick of this. He's done with the topic.
he's fucking done with this shit.
So yeah,
That
anybody can
is a
start a
long time.
petition.
Talking about petitions.
Adam,
Yeah, let's fucking start a petition.
Yeah.
There was a petition started
That
up.
was a one-man petition right
Yeah.
there.
Right? And he got us to fucking move. We fucking did it.
That's the pressure.
We're not real artists when you pressure us to move.
Yeah, thanks, Gav.
Fucking transitions. Transition to petitions. Petitions. Fucking petitions.
There you go.
Like I said before, fucking petitions can be started by anybody
Yeah.
and for any fucking reason.
Yep.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It irritates me to my core.
I think we first brought this subject up with the Biebs
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
that. What was the specifics to that
to
petition? Do you remember?
get him out of the USA.
Yeah.
Right,
get
to
him
fucking deport him.
Banned from the U.S.
Yeah.
Deport
Like-
him from the USA.
Like once they got to the 60,000 or whatever that was necessary at the
Right.
time, like President Obama was going to be like, "Oh man, there's a lot of people that don't like that guy.
I guess we gotta get him out of
Probably
here."
get rid of him." That's the same thing with this new petition for Kanye West to not perform at Glastonbury.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I read up a little bit on this, and somebody made a good point that there has been a petition for like every artist that a person doesn't like to
Yeah.
not perform at Glastonbury. Like 2
So
years
why is-
ago,
Why is Kanye making headlines? Just
because
Kanye?
the amount of signatures, and because it's Kanye, because
Well, yeah,
he's been in
he's
the
a
news
dick.
lately. So yeah, he is a dick. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we're good.
So Jay-Z, he performed at Glastonbury, I think 2 years ago.
Hov?
And yeah,
He was there,
Hov,
though?
man.
He was there.
J-Hov, he was there. And people didn't like that. White people didn't like it.
Oh.
And they
Whoa.
Oh,
come on,
let's
son. Come on,
start a
son.
petition on
Okay,
that.
okay, look. There's listen, listen. Gavin's dying in the corner.
Popped his collar off.
I
camera.
no, okay. I think there is a racial element to this entire thing.
There's definitely, there's no
Because-
doubt in my mind that there is.
Let's just say this: Glastonbury is very well known as a rock
Yeah.
festival.
It's a British
It's
rock
a British
festival.
rock festival, traditionally. So, that being said, there's a lot of traditionalists
Yeah.
that don't like to see hip hop there.
Yeah.
Period. Regardless.
They just don't want
who it
that
is.
hippity hoppity.
Exactly. So,
I mean, I get that. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't get it.
'Cause
Well, I mean,
it's not
okay.
rock.
Gavin, no, look, Gavin
you understand?
doesn't like rap. Gavin doesn't like hip hop. It's just not his thing, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you couldn't fault him for not wanting Kanye to be there, right?
I mean,
No, you totally could because he hates Kanye.
yeah.
Well, that I was going to bring that up too, but you
I
know,
wouldn't try to kick him out.
Right.
okay. There
I mean,
you
that's
go.
I mean that's
Would you
that's
just
the
not
point.
go see him?
That's I mean
Depends
that's
on the other artists.
what?
If
No,
it's
no.
good
The people
artists
who
that
are
are gonna be
attending.
there.
Oh, if that would change your opinion of.
Right. Like, if it's not a good show anyways, and Kanye happens to be there, I'd be like, all right, well, fuck him. But if it's like a really good group of bands and Kanye's there, I'm not gonna fucking tell him not to come. I don't give a shit. The other bands are there. I'm gonna listen to other bands.
That's for true.
You're saying you just would ignore something you
He just
don't like.
wouldn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird concept.
I mean, yeah.
Strange. Strange.
That's crazy. Internet.
That is weird. People don't do that.
No.
What people do is they get 60,000 plus to sign an internet petition to stop him from going to Glastonbury. Now, my question, first of all, is how many of those signatures do you think are actually going to Glastonbury?
Not many
I'm
at
saying
all.
about maybe 300 of them
Yeah.
are actually going to go to the festival itself. What, more? I'll give you 1,000.
I'll give you 1,000.
I'll give you 1,000. That's all I'm giving
For
you.
what?
60,000 people. You think every single person going to Glastonbury doesn't want to see Kanye West?
I mean, it's not impossible.
No, I think it is impossible. I think it's impossible.
There's always a chance.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think because Kanye West has made headlines and he's done a lot of dickhead shit recently,
What if
that
that's,
people
like, part
forget
of a
how
s-
popular he actually is.
Part of a survey when you buy your ticket.
Do you like Kanye?
Do you want Kanye?
Do you
no.
want Kanye here? No. Okay.
Do you want to sign this petition? Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for buying your tickets.
No, I think people are forgetting just how popular he is and just how good of a show he puts on.
Yeah.
I've seen him live.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, Glow in the Dark.
You went to Glow in the Dark?
Yeah.
When did you go in the Dark? Seriously, when did you go to Glow in the Dark?
When he was in Miami.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was like a
Motherfucker.
kind of a spur of the moment thing where two of my friends had an extra ticket and their friend couldn't drive down there, so they were like, "Hey, if you can give us a ride to Miami, we'll give you this ticket to go see." I didn't want to see Kanye. I wanted to see Lupe.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And we went down there and I met up with one of my friends in Miami,
Yeah.
and we just hung out.
Well, how was it?
It was alright. He was on that slanted stage at the time, which was really weird. I was kind of afraid that he was gonna
It's gonna
fly
fall.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Glow
was-
in
it
the
was-
Dark. He was promoting what 808s at the time.
Nah,
No. Graduation.
the second album,
No.
y'all.
No.
That was a long time
No.
ago.
There's no way he was promoting. You know when Late
No, it was
Registration came
graduation
out?
because the shade glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it was alright.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
From all accounts, other than David's,
Have you ever seen him live?
Kanye West has put on a. No, I've never had the opportunity to see him live. Yeah, you've seen Kanye West before I have, you bastard.
Sure, you loved every minute of it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, by all accounts, other than David's, Kanye West puts on a pretty
Yeah,
amazing
It's a good show.
Yeah. He does he has such a production about it.
Yeah.
That
I mean, he cares. He gives a shit.
Yeah.
It's not just he goes on stage, he raps for 40 minutes, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
Like a guy's trying to put on a show. I mean, and I really think that a lot of the hatred is just for him as a person and the things that he's done
course.
recently.
Of course it is.
But whenever you ask somebody about Kanye West, you get one of two responses. You get, I've never listened to him, he's a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get, yeah, his music's amazing, but he's a douchebag. Like, those are the only two responses you get
Pretty
from him.
much.
Because if you
Pretty
listen to hip hop and you listen to Kanye West, like, you like Kanye, like, it just makes incredible hip hop music. And I'm not arguing that. That's a fucking fact. It's a fucking fact,
whoa,
David.
wait.
It's not.
It's
But
a
I liked him
fucking
better
fact.
as a producer.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You also get a third sect that I've heard very often, which is
It's a fact, David.
which is I think he's a great producer, but I don't like his rapping.
I get that from hip hop heads, like
Yeah.
true hip hop heads.
It may be
who
a little
say
bit-
shit like
a
that.
little bit more
because a
dug
lot of
deeply
people
into that
don't
sect.
really know that like that's how he started.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people who have been paying attention, they know that shit. But like people now who just see him interrupting fucking Beck and stuff, they don't know that he used to produce for
Right.
like Jay-Z and people like that. So they don't know that. But yeah, you're right. There are people who say that. But yeah, it's a fucking fact, David. But I guess my point is there is no point to bullshit like this. People have too much time on their hands, like I said before.
Yeah,
Who
can I
signs
tell
a
you?
fucking petition?
Can I tell you a story about
Tell me a story.
Potato salad?
I would love a story about potato salad.
About potato salad.
I'm hungry.
There was a kickstart of a guy who just wanted $10 so he could make some potato salad. This is
salad.
this is a true story.
I followed this story since its inception.
Guy
Oh my
wanted
God.
Amazing.
$10 to make potato salad. Said if he got $30, he'd make enough potato salad for 4 people. And if he got more than that, he was willing to take recipes to make more and different potato salad. Do you know how much money he got? $40,000.
40 grand.
He threw a potato salad party.
He threw a fucking
Oh
potato
my
salad
God.
bonanza.
Let's call it a potato salad festival of sorts.
That's
It was
amazing.
awesome.
That is the power of the internet.
Yeah, of this crowdfunding, this crowdsourcing stuff, man. That's amazing.
But I say that to say this, that something so stupid generated so much power that it completely destroys any. You see how I got quiet? Because I'm about to make it really
Yeah.
important.
We're really listening now.
Something so stupid generated so much power that it destroys any kind of importance of anything else.
Yep.
Like you're saying, anybody can start a petition, and if anybody agrees with you, it's incredibly easy to go, click, I agree.
Right.
Or if 40,000 people see a joke about potato salad and donate $1,
Yeah.
all that, it makes it completely
There-
pointless to make any sort of petition online.
There's a there was a story that came out about a month ago that there was an unofficial ban in the Florida Congress, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. I need a fact check on that. That environmentalists were not allowed to say keywords like climate change, global warming, and
You don't want to get on that.
no, we don't. So you stay over there. I
In the
can't remember.
corner.
I can't remember the third word, but there
Obama.
was Obama. Yeah. There was kind of like there was an unwritten addendum on not saying these words when they were talking to environmentalists. It caught traction because like former politicians were saying it, and they were saying like it's not an official ban, but they basically told us like don't say these words, right? So now this story is starting to get traction. Now there's a petition to get lawmakers to say like no, you can say these words. We need to talk about this stuff, especially in a place like Florida, where I think we should be having this conversation. It's a legitimate conversation to be had about climate change. We're not going to get into politics. The point I'm bringing up is if you start a petition about Kanye West or Justin Bieber, you will get 60, 70, 80,000 signatures. You start a petition like they have about something real, like climate change.
Debatable.
That's true. If you're an idiot. And then you get
Are you an idiot?
he might be. You get a couple thousand signatures maybe. So what I want to do is I want to keep track of how many signatures this petition for climate change actually gets versus how many signatures there were for Kanye West. Which, by the way, Glastonbury is not going to look at this petition and say, maybe we shouldn't book this guy,
You
even
guys
though
are
he's going to
right.
bring us millions of dollars.
Right.
They're not going to turn down money because 60,000 people who aren't going to go to the festival sign
upset.
their signature on a fucking website.
But look at us.
Margo, it was part of the survey when they bought their tickets. We went over this.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I feel like the element of it that is political makes all the difference in the world.
Well, no, that's exactly it. Like, that is almost an immediate turnoff.
Yeah, you say politics and people just go, "Boop."
Nope, not going to listen.
Exactly.
It's going to hit. Yeah.
Welcome
So
to my fucking life.
we don't want to talk about it, okay? We don't want to talk about your life or politics or you. Thank you for the time.
He's so helpful. He's so helpful.
So
He just helps you after you shit on him.
I know, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Smiles.
We'll talk about your life later.
Yeah.
We can sit around. We'll talk about Gavin. I like you, Gavin.
So cute.
Look at his haircut.
It's a fucking episode.
His fucking mustache. All right.
Let's move on.
Anyway, point is, it's fucking stupid, and I mean we.
Eloquently said.
It's fucking
All right.
stupid. I just
Way
feel
to
like
go.
we need to focus on things that are more important than bullshit like that.
It makes all of these causes seem disingenuous.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it does. It takes the power from real causes.
Yeah.
Like you said.
And attention.
Yeah.
You know what we should start a petition for?
What?
Adam Sandler movies.
Can we stop those completely, or
We need to.
We can try.
Somebody needs to. Somebody needs to stop him.
Somebody needs to sit down with Adam and be like, listen,
Look,
what are you doing?
I love him.
it's over. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's over.
The
It's been
things,
over.
the things you've done to people,
You should have stopped
These
before
past couple
grown
years.
ups.
Oh,
you should not have
You
let
should
that
have really-
happen.
Train left.
really stopped before Grown Ups 2.
Yeah.
You
So,
need to stop.
trailer trash.
Trailer trash.
Trailer trash.
We watched the trailer for Pixels.
Shut up.
Why are you
What?
pointing
Do the
at him?
horn.
Oh,
Wrong horn.
which horn was it? Right. We got to get that tight.
I had the wrong mode on.
We got to get that shit
are you
together,
doing?
son. Yeah.
Ruin everything. Another Adam that ruins everything.
Bring it back.
But you know,
Trailer
we should start
trash.
a petition for.
Okay. Okay. One more time.
Bring it back.
But you know, we should start a petition for
Adam Sandler movies.
Don't talk when I talk. Bro.
Yeah, we should because they're awful. In this week's trailer trash.
Trailer trash.
Trailer trash. Boom, boom.
There we go.
All right.
Tight.
We watched Jesus Christ. We watched the Pixels trailer.
We sure did.
And it's
What can we say
well when
about the Pixels trailer that hasn't been said about Afghanistan?
It's a challenge.
when I saw people posting about it, like people were digging it, which made me uncomfortable as the person inside.
Let's
like it.
well, okay. Let's make this clear. Adam Sandler movies are wildly successful
Oh yeah, that's for damn
Monetarily.
sure. Yeah,
monetarily.
Yeah,
So there is a fan base for
well,
sure.
and that's how he keeps making movies because
Right.
he keeps getting money because people keep going to see these movies.
Yeah, exactly. If it didn't make money,
Because
he wouldn't
Gavin
make
keeps
them.
going to see these movies.
Gavin keeps seeing these movies.
We blame you.
It's the same point you made about superhero movies last week. People keep going to seeing them, so they're critically successful.
No, not not critically
No, sir.
successful, commercially successful.
There you
There's
go.
a huge difference between those two C words, you cunt. Yeah, like you said, they're commercially successful,
Very.
which keeps him going.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why, because Adam Sandler as an actor is, I feel, incredibly talented. He's
Yeah.
done serious films where I'm like, this guy's got talent. Why does he not do
Jack and Jill too.
I mean, his acting chops were on full display. He played a man and a woman. And the
In
love
the same
interest.
scene though.
Who's done that before?
He was the love
Nobody.
interest of Al Pacino.
Oh.
He outacted Al Pacino.
You watched it.
I seen parts of it. I haven't seen That's My Boy though, so I can't call that one. But I've seen parts of Jack and Jill. I've watched Grown Ups multiple times because it just keeps coming on TV, and I've got nothing better to do.
You
and
can't
I
just
probably
shut off
should-
your TV and
I
read a
need-
book.
Probably kill myself.
All right.
Anyway,
Let's get on here.
Let's actually talk about the movie though.
yeah, let's do it. Pixels. It's we'll give you a little backstory if you haven't watched it. We, as Americans, sent a time capsule into space in the 80s, 1982, right?
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Yeah. As a quote unquote peace offering to intelligent life in the universe, because back in the 80s we actually cared about stuff like that. Not going to get into the politics. So
Yeah, Gavin.
we send a time capsule into space. 30 years later, aliens have responded to the time capsule, and they think that it was a threat of violence. So what they have done is they have manipulated the technology. We sent them a bunch of video games, a bunch of things that, everybody knows what a time capsule is. But what we included in the time capsule was 80s video games. So there was Donkey Kong, and there was Pac-Man.
And nothing else.
Apparently, that's it. Apparently, that's all we put in the time
That's
capsule.
all we had the money for.
So
I think I saw like Centipede in there too or something.
Yeah, Centipede was in there.
and then what's the game with the tank? And then the Space Invaders.
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders.
Yeah.
There was reference to Space Invaders in there too. So they take that technology and they come back to reap war on Earth for some reason.
As these 80s video game characters.
Right. They use the video game characters to wage war on Earth for some reason.
Because plot.
Because plot.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that I'd like to know. Like, if they open the entire time capsule, why is the only thing that they latched onto is video games? Nothing else in that time capsule? Nothing else in the 80s?
No.
Maybe they didn't put enough in the trailer, but it just kind of seems like a plot hole to me. I don't know. Maybe
I'm
when the
saying,
movie
like,
comes
and-
out,
and
it'll be
nothing
a
else.
plot. Right, that's it. That's all they...
You're looking for plot holes in the Adam Sandler movie.
I'm just trying to make sense of it. All right. So
what's going on right
so
now?
it's Adam Sandler, it's Josh Gad, and it's the guy from Game of Thrones,
Peter Dinklage.
Peter
Peter
Dinklage,
Dinklage, correct.
and Melissa Monaghan.
Get it together, Mark.
The girl from fucking. She's been in a lot of stuff.
I think
but
it's Monaghan.
She was in True Detective.
I think it's Monahan.
I think it's Monaghan. Anyway, they're the stars of it. The creator of Pac-Man makes a cameo.
Honestly, that was probably the funniest part to me.
That was definitely the funniest part of that
Yeah.
trailer. That was
Yeah.
the only time I chuckled for a second. I was like, that's good.
Yeah. It gave me a
That was
smile.
it. That was
gave me a
it.
smile.
That was
Yeah.
it. So,
I didn't laugh.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And I know you can say that for any Adam Sandler movie, but this one, it's just kind of like, what are you doing, man?
Adam, you're the film guy. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah.
I think this movie is stranger than fiction.
Stop.
All right, that's enough from
He's
Adam.
not the fan. He's not the fun guy anymore. We've watched movies. Fuck this guy.
Actually, no, that was a Will Ferrell movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and it was a good Will Ferrell movie. If anyone's want to check that out.
What was the dramatic Adam Sandler movie?
Punch Drunk.
Punch Drunk Love.
No. He's been in a couple. Punch Drunk Love was
Yeah.
one, which was really good, and then Rain on Me with Don Cheadle,
Right.
the one about the World Trade Centers. And he
Okay,
lost his
right.
family. That was you haven't seen that one? Oh man, it's really good. He looks like Bob Dylan in it, which made me think he could play a good Bob Dylan because he looked exactly like him. It was very strange.
Wait, Bob Dylan in what crazy situation, though?
Bob Dylan.
Meets his biological twin sister.
Bob
What?
Is he pregnant? Is Bob Dylan pregnant?
Wait. Bob Dylan's pregnant, not his sister.
Yeah.
With twins, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Bob Dylan is pregnant for his sister. She wanted to get pregnant, but she couldn't, so Bob Dylan got pregnant.
He's a surrogate.
He's the surrogate.
All right,
for
who's the
his
father,
sister.
though? Can we spin off of twins?
Somehow.
Is it Danny DeVito?
Can we have Danny or no, Kevin Nealon. It has to be Kevin Nealon because he's
Okay.
in every Adam Sandler movie. So Kevin Nealon
Yes.
is the father of Bob Dylan.
What's it called?
And this is when the beer kicks in.
What's the movie called?
need-
Stranger Than Fiction.
It's a play on a Bob Dylan album.
Yeah, I was gonna say something with the times that are changing.
Yeah, I was trying to. Baby's diapers, they are changing.
Shut up.
Blonde on
Anyway,
blonde. Anyway, let's get back to what we were let's get trashing Pixels.
Okay, my actual opinion on this. I mean, it doesn't look any worse than stuff he's done in the past.
Right.
I mean, it visually looks pretty cool. I don't think it has a.
It doesn't look cheap.
Yeah, it has a good sheen to it.
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't look like a made-for-TV movie.
I didn't like how in the trailer they pretty much said that they didn't just take the look of the villains, they took the way that the bad guys
Attack.
work and
Yeah.
attack. So we're just gonna play a life-size game with them, and you're the ghosts.
Yeah, with the Mini Coopers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was I mistaken in thinking that he was like formerly a like video game champ or something, and that's part of the plot
Is that why he's the one that they pick?
they go to?
That's probably part of it. That probably has to be it. Like he's some man boy who just plays video games or something. Some
He's
bullshit
like a former
that.
video game master.
I don't know
in the
why he
80s.
couldn't be like a fucking astronaut who just happened to play Pac-Man.
Yeah.
He's got to be some man child who like won a tournament like 40 years ago and now
Because he's Adam Sandler.
because he's Adam Sandler. Like he couldn't play an intelligent character.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because he's Adam Sandler.
Well, that's why. That's true.
Because he made.
But that's what I'm
That's my
saying, though.
boy.
You watch Punch Drunk Love and you say this guy can play. He can be, and we talked about it before. Comedic actors are really good at dramatic roles because they tap into that humanity of people. They get it. They get emotions, and they know how to get a rise out of people. So Adam Sandler is another one of those guys. He knows how to make people laugh. You know that humanity of people. So like in Punch Drunk Love, for instance, he was humorous in that, but he wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? He was a real person.
Yeah.
He needs to do that more often. Like comedians, when they hit a certain age, if they're not making legitimately funny movies anymore, and they've proven that they can make good dramatic movies, I mean, I guess it's not as fun as a movie like Pixels. Pixels seems like it was a fucking blast to make.
Yeah.
Probably not going to be a blast for us to watch.
Nah.
But it was good to make. So that's why I keep doing it. Like Grown Ups, he made a movie with his 6 best friends.
Yeah, he just hung out.
They just hung out. Like I read that half the movie was improvised. They just hung out and then filmed it.
Why not?
I mean, when you're a guy like Adam Sandler,
Why not?
I mean,
you make millions. on
Millions.
that for having fun.
every time I see him on like Conan or like Letterman or something, the guy's wearing like basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
doesn't
Like he
care.
does not give a
doesn't
shit
care. That's
at
fine.
all. I like Adam Sandler as a guy, as
Yeah.
an actor. I like Adam Sandler. He's fun. He's funny. He's talented. I just think he's a waste of talent.
I'd like to
Robin
see,
Williams, God rest his soul, he was not a waste of talent. The guy did comedic roles. He did dramatic roles. He went back to the comedic roles. He was not a waste. He
did
put that.
Jumanji.
He did Jumanji.
What year is it?
I mean, he put his talent on full display, every facet of it. And
I
that's
would
what
like
Adam
to
Sandler
see
needs to
Adam
do.
Sandler in Game of Thrones as Adam Sandler.
That is the strangest mashup
Is
I've
that the
ever heard in
crossover
my
that
life.
we're looking for?
Is that it?
I think so.
Could you like he just wouldn't be in character? He'd just be Adam Sandler. Everybody else is in character though.
Even I mean, when Adam Sandler's out of character, he's funny. Go look up his story about Shaquille O'Neal on Conan. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, Daddy. It's hilarious. Anyway, you gonna go see Pixels?
No.
You gonna go see Pixels?
Get out of here.
You gonna go see Pixels?
Gonna go see Furious 7 though.
Oh my god, I
Are
can't
you fucking
wait.
kidding me?
Yes.
I
Oh
can't
my
wait.
God.
When's that coming out?
Soon. I think
yeah,
next month.
yeah, like May something.
Just
May.
So looking forward to it.
May. I can't remember. It might be May 8th. Anyway, what? You shut your face.
Hello, Dom. You don't know me, but you will.
He rock bottoms Jason Statham through a
know.
glass table.
So good.
I mean, come on, son.
Do you really?
Yes, that's
Wait.
a true statement.
Vin Diesel or The Rock?
No, The Rock.
He does.
Rock bottoms him through a table. No. He doesn't sell. He doesn't sell like that.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. I cannot wait for that shit. That shit looks
I
awesome.
remember how excited you were in the last one.
Oh yeah.
When Dom jumps over the bridge and catches her.
I stood up.
Yeah, you stood up in the theater. You're like, you did it! You just couldn't believe that they actually filmed that. And
Yeah.
Yes. And they thought
Made
like
it.
people were they're gonna dig this. And you're right. I dug it.
Yep. I get the feeling this next one's going to be full of that.
I can't wait. Like I love that they have decided to go full throttle with just being ridiculous. Like physics is
it's
out
the
the window.
best decision they could have
No,
made
it
in
really
that series.
it really is.
Nobody
It
wants
really
to see
is.
any more races.
No, exactly. That shit was out the window. Nobody. If you kept doing race movies,
Even in the first one, the races went out the window.
yeah,
Because
no, really,
when,
they
when
did.
Paul Walker is in that Mitsubishi and he's racing, and this says manifold failing, and then the
Its
floor
floor falls out?
The floor of
Falls
the
out.
car falls out.
Yeah, that's what happens to cars. Don't go too fast.
The floor will
The
fall.
floor of your car will fall out if you go too fast.
Why did the floor fall out?
I don't know.
That has nothing to do with the manifold.
It's a
How
precursor.
does a manifold fail? It's just a piece of metal that air flows through.
There's a sensor in it.
It failed.
It lets you know. It
Oh
goes
my
wah,
God.
wah, wah.
So
And then your floor falls out.
That's what happens. It's happened to me twice.
this really makes me like sad that Paul Walker passed, because I mean I was never like a huge Paul Walker fan, but like I don't want them to continue the series without him.
Yeah.
I just don't think it would be right.
Mm.
But I wish that they would continue the series, man. I could watch this shit till fucking Fast and the Furious 8, 9, fucking 20. I would watch this shit forever. I swear to God, I would watch this forever.
It wouldn't surprise me if they just kept rolling with it.
I really hope that they have a little bit of dignity and they just say, look, they've made billions of dollars on the Fast and Furious series. So I hope that they have a little bit of dignity and they just say, we can't do this without him, because at the very core of it, the movie is about him and Dom.
Yeah.
Unless they bring in
Family.
Tokyo Drift boy back in.
Fuck that guy. That's the only movie I don't like is Tokyo Drift.
They could very well do that.
Tokyo Drift, right? Tokyo Drift sucks.
Wait. So you like Too Fast, Too Furious?
Yeah.
Over Tokyo Drift?
Yeah.
You're nutso.
Let's go, baby.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Did you see? Wait. Did you see the CG cars in Too
Yes,
Fast, Too
they
Furious?
were awful.
It looked like a cartoon.
No, it was great.
It was awful.
It was great.
That was the worst.
Too
Did
Fast,
Did
Too
you see Ava
Furious.
Mendes, though?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well.
Who's the love interest in fucking Too Fast or Tokyo Drift? No one remembers because it's
No, I don't know her name. I know who she is.
Her
fuck that
name's
bitch.
Lil Bow Wow.
Wait, was it?
He had a whole car.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, the whole car was so bad.
Was
It had hair
was,
on top.
was Laura London in Tokyo Drift?
Depends who
Maybe.
Laura London is.
Anyway, you look that up. Too Fast, Too Furious is the start of how ridiculous the series is going to get. They get serious in the fourth one, Fast and Furious. They go back to being kind of serious. They're like they're moving shit for like a drug cartel and stuff like that, and they're in Mexico and blah blah blah. And then in 5, obviously, starts the classicness of
just-
the series.
just the awesome
But Too Fast,
trajectory.
Too Furious is the start of just how ridiculous. He jumps the muscle car, off of a pier and lands it on a boat.
Yeah.
Like in the boat.
In
like,
the boat. And gets out.
Yeah, and he gets
Fine.
out, he's fine. And then they pull a shotgun on like it's the start of it. That ain't Laura London.
That's Natalie Kelly. That's her name.
Anyway,
Right.
Is she bad?
why do you like Tokyo Drift more than Too Fast, Too Furious?
I think it's a better movie than Too Fast, Too Furious.
I know, look at this fucking guy.
I think it's a better movie than
You're
Too Fast,
tripping.
Too Furious. First of all, DK all day.
Drift King.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's the only good part about that movie is
And-
the
and-
actual racing of the cars. That's
No,
it.
I mean,
You get-
even the drift, like, I gotta disagree because the drifting was just like on rails. Was that actual drifting or just people on rails spinning their wheels?
It was real drifting.
Even when he's in the spiral that goes up? That
Up
was
the
real
parking
drifting?
garage?
Yeah, the parking garage.
Duh.
Duh,
Yeah,
of course it was
whatever.
real.
And
I
has,
mean-
has that like Japanese rap song with
Yeah,
the schoolgirls.
I definitely like the part where they took a line 4, threw it into a 60-something Mustang,
Yeah.
and drifted it down the side of a mountain. No, fuck you.
Does that not sound awesome to anybody else?
No, no, that is
I
stupid.
just think there was too much focus on the racing, I guess. And then the stars of the movie, I mean, Lil Bow Wow, he's fucking
Yeah.
He's out.
what is his name? Something Black.
Yeah.
That guy is
The
an
main-
idiot.
the
He's
main
a
character.
fucking moron.
The main
I can't
character guy.
stand that guy.
Why? What did he do to you,
Because he's
Marco?
a fucking, he sucks. He's a terrible actor, man.
Lucas
I don't
Black.
like Lucas
Lucas
Black.
Black,
I was gonna
that's
say
his name.
Lewis Black, but that's
It's
a
not Lu-
comedian.
yeah, it's
That's a
not Lewis
comedian.
But then you
Lucas
got
Black, he
Han.
sucks.
Han's in
Yeah,
there.
Han.
I
The
was
star
gonna
of Han.
I was gonna say that's the only good part about that is Han, and then spoiler alert, the Dom cameo in the end. That's it.
I mean, that's not a spoiler. That movie's been out for years.
I'm just saying. I'm just being safe.
Yeah.
Plus, you
being
got the soundtrack song that all the chicks love and lose their mind to. That boom, 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 boom.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
I want to go.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the song I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's exactly the song I'm talking
I don't
about.
think
What
it's.
song?
I don't think it's better than Too
That
Fast,
one.
Too Furious.
When did you talk about a song?
I said it's the one with the Japanese
Yeah, you said
schoolgirls
the
that
Japanese
sing the
schoolgirls,
yeah.
right.
yeah.
But Too Fast, Too Furious has Ludacris. Too fast, too furious. I'm too fast for y'all, man.
I bought that soundtrack.
I bet you did. See, Too Fast, Too Furious wins. You heard it here first.
It had gin on it.
It had
That's
Jin
right.
in it. He was in it. Come on, son.
Don't learn Chinese.
Oh,
All right, that's
Not
it.
go down
That's
that
it.
rabbit hole.
That's it. That's enough.
Yeah.
This has been the One Baron podcast. My name is Marco Dupa. For Adam Obesis Rodriguez, Drunk Dave Romero,
Never had your podcast.
Gavin Benner off camera. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good evening and drink delicious beer.
See ya.
Bye.